lifting exercises, I want to do a quick little intro and give you a little bit of tips and tricks about how to build a bigger butt. I am just sitting in my office and I have the washing machine right outside the door. If you hear that in the background, I am doing laundry. The first thing I need to mention is diet, because if you're trying to build size in any way for your body or for specific muscles, you cannot be in a deficit of calories. So cutting and building muscle at the same time, it is simply not a thing. So if you're trying to build a bigger butt, you need to eat. You can eat just the amount of calories you burn a day to kind of keep a good ratio between waist and hips. And I personally eat my biggest amount of carbs right after my exercise, and that really helps me keep my waist smaller and build a bigger butt. Second thing I wanted to mention is how often you work out, because I have seen a big difference in the shape and size and just form of my butt within just 1 month of being very consistent with having 3 leg days every single week. And if you do have the time and you have the motivation, really go for those 3 days, but don't go crazy in all 3 days. You have to kind of, gauge how much you can do so that then you can take 1 rest day in between and go right back the day after that. So I usually work with a couple of heavy sets in the beginning of every leg booty day, and then I go into isolation work and a ton of reps to really just burn out the muscle but not completely destroy it, because then you can't work on it again in 2 days because you will have delayed onset muscle soreness, and that is just not helpful when you're trying to work even harder at the gym and more often. So my phone just stopped recording for whatever reason. I tried to delete a whole bunch of things because my phone is usually just full storage, but it just wouldn't let me video any longer. However, we're just going to use my other camera. So the 2 things that you should never forget about is diet and consistency. Those 2 are the most important when it comes to building your butt. And let's jump into the exercises. As my first exercise, I'm doing a split lunge. My back foot is elevated on a stepper. I'm pretty sure I used 4 or 5 steps underneath there. And I'm using a barbell and I'm holding it between and underneath my legs, because that makes me sit further back into my lunge and into my squat in the front leg and really activate my glutes more than just a regular lunge. For the second exercise, I'm on the Smith machine. I'm doing lateral step ups to really work the side and the upper part of my glute, because every time you do something single leg, it will really target the top part that you want nice and round. And then to build a nice shape on the side of your butt, do anything laterally, so like sideways, side lunges, step ups. And I'm using the stepper here. The higher you make this, the harder it gets. I'm only using 10 pounds on each side on the bar, and that was definitely enough. I definitely broke a good sweat doing these. Oh, and just to mention, for all the single leg exercises, I try to aim for 12 to 15 reps per leg. The most important aspect of a step up is that you're focusing your complete weight of your body on the leg that is on the stepper. So you're not stepping off the foot on the ground, but you're stepping onto the stepper with the leg that is on the stepper. In between heavier weighted sets, I do small little exercises like on all fours, donkey kicks all the way up to the ceiling, and you really want to focus on getting your leg all the way up to get a full contraction of your glutes and squeezing your core at the same time to prevent any sagging in your lower back. And the last exercise are just good old squats. The Smith machine is great if you're really wanting to work on your butt, because you can sit so far back and that will really activate the back part of your legs and not so much fire up your quad. And I'm also using a resistance band to really focus on that outside part of my hip and having my complete glute engaged. I'm using 35 pounds on each side of the bar, and I'm doing about 15 repetitions per set. And for all these exercises, I do 3 sets total. Don't let the only real one intimidate ya.